In this video, I will introduce how do we get the cumulative sum of a list by Python. I will use the Anaconda Navigator and use the Jupyter Notebook to write the Python program. The Jupyter Notebook is launching. After we open the Jupyter, we could new Python. Then we could write some Python code. Let's define a list first. The variable name, we could call it list.com equal 1 for line 16. Here is just an example. If we want to calculate the accumulative sum, so which means the final answer should be 1, 5, 1 plus 4 is 5, and 1 plus 4 plus 9 is 14, and the next one, 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16 is 30. Here I will introduce two ways to calculate the accumulate sum. The first way, we could use the iter tools. So we could import iter tools, and then we could directly print parentheses, and we could use list parentheses. Inside the parentheses, we could use the iter tools dot accumulate method and give the list variable here and then run it. We could directly to get the last answer. Since the iter tools has the accumulate functions, so we could directly to use it. But here I will introduce another way. We should define a function by ourselves to calculate the accumulate sum. Definition and the name, we could call it accumulate sum. We should give input variables. This one is we could call the variable name is sequence. Later we could transfer the list to here. First of all, we should define a result, which means after call this function, we should return this result. And we could initialize the result just has one item, and the item is sequence 0. Since it's accumulate sum, so we should use the for loop to transverse the whole list. The for loop, since we have already given the first number to the result, so when we do the for loop, we just need to from the first one to the end. So here we just need to 1 colon. That's it, which means from the first one to the end. For each for loop, we could calculate one result. So we just need to use result to append this value. And how could we calculate this value? We just need to use the result -1. Since each time we just need to get the last accumulate number and then plus -1 and plus the item, it will become the next accumulate number. After we finish the for loop, we get the whole result. So here we just need to return result. I could do some explanation here. Assume the sequence is equal 1 for line 16, which means it's given. the result initialized value is just 1. If we do the for loop, the sequence is from 1 to the end, so the first item is 4. The result, -1, here is 1, because the 1 is the last number. And we just need to use the result -1 plus this item, so it's 1 plus 4 equal 5. Then the result will append the 5, which means the result will become one 5. Result equal 1 5. For the second for loop, the second item will be 9. And now this time the result -1 will become 5. So 5 plus 9 equal 14. After this step, which means result will equal 1, 5, 14. Continue until transfers all the items in the list. After we finish the function definition, we just need to define a list variable and then call this function to get the result. Print the result. Here is B. Let's run it. It can get the same result to the previous method. Hope this video gave you some help about the accumulate sum calculation by Python. If you have any question, leave me a comment. Thanks for your watching.